Hey everybody, it's Ted Bogert with the Ted Show. Super excited to have my friend, longtime friend, Jonathan Fitzgerald on the show. Welcome.
Thank you.
Fitz, we're putting on the Ritz with Ted and Fitz, or Fitz and Ted. Love it. He's got the, you can't see it, but he came prepared today, and we'll talk about that too.
Yeah.
Jonathan is a fun guy, but a really, really thoughtful human being, and I've been trying to bug him for a long time to come on the show because I think he's got a great story. And of course, I love the topic. I want to talk about how to be the architect of your life, and we'll talk a little bit about that and why there's a play on words there with Jonathan's background. So welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome, welcome. I'm so used to seeing you with your beautiful wife that I'm almost
Yes.
sad she's not here in the audience somewhere.
She's definitely better looking than I am. So.
She is better looking, but
Yeah.
you know, I love you anyway.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
so we always like to start with origin story. Give them an idea of who you are, where you're
Okay.
from, how you got here.
Okay. Well, I'd like to do that, but can I first share some of the Ritz
please,
with you?
share the Ritz.
Yeah, I got to share the
You
Ritz.
know I'm all about the
The
bling.
Ritz. Let's see if I can do this. May I?
Ooh, yes.
All right. These are official Mardi Gras beads. I know.
Nice.
You know, we're a little past that this year, but
I like
Just
them
wanted to-
though. They're
wanted to
good.
share.
Look, I can see myself.
yeah.
They're good.
Sexy. They look kinda bad.
You too, buddy. You too. Thank you for sharing. There's our Ritz.
All
Yeah,
right.
it looks good. So yeah, tell them a little bit about you. It's always good for people. People think they know you. They think
Yeah.
they know you from social media, but a lot of people don't know the journey.
Yeah. So how far should we go back?
You go back as far as you'd like.
Okay.
Just don't be. I was in second grade and we're 25 minutes in.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Just bump me if I do
I
that.
will.
Okay, well, I will tell you. So I'm Florida native, right? That's kind of unique. Not a lot of people
That's
here.
very unique. Here,
in Florida.
Orlando. What part of Florida?
Winter Park.
Winter Park.
Winter Park. So
That's
a lot
awesome.
of people here. I think probably 90% are from somewhere.
I'm a
in New
transplant
Jersey,
in
Michigan,
New Jersey.
Right? I don't judge. I don't judge.
I've been here since I was 11.
See,
It's still not the same. My wife is born in Orlando, and she still calls me a Yankee.
yeah. Well, you know, could be worse.
Could be worse.
So I was born in Winter Park. I was a few months old. My parents decided to relocate to a little coal mining town in Pennsylvania.
Interesting.
My dad and mom worked in social work.
They're social workers.
Social. When I say social, that's kind of a fancy term for saying they worked with a small community church in a little coal mining town.
Very cool.
And they, were, helping older people, delivering meals, doing all those things they do. So
Love it.
I learned from a very early age how to be attentive, right?
Attentive and charitable.
Charitable,
I mean,
very charitable.
I think a lot of. We want to get back to your story, but I
Yeah,
think a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
kids this day and age, there isn't that built-in. You need to do things more philanthropically for your community,
Yeah.
and that's such a great place for you to be because I think it teaches all of us humility, how great we have it, and how blessed we are.
Yeah.
So good lessons for you. So that explains something. There's that
Yeah.
That's where some of that calm and kindness I was telling you about comes from.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, for sure. I learned it, firsthand every day, able to see that. So I thank them and applaud them for leaving that example or leading
love
that
it.
way.
It's awesome.
So from there, came back to Orlando. I'm going to jump to 13. So we skipped second
Oh, good.
grade.
We got past second grade, so
Yeah,
we're good.
past second grade. So came back here. Bounced around a little bit with schools. I thought I was going to be a pro basketball player. That was my dream.
Is that what you did? I did not know that.
No, I thought that. We all have dreams, right? Obviously, I'm not working in real estate, and
What high school did you finally graduate from?
I like the way you put that. Did I finally graduate?
Oh, I don't know. I'm assuming. You said you bounced
So-
around, so I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, well, no, fair enough. So the bouncing started in middle school, but I graduated from University High School.
University, yeah.
First graduating class.
I was going to say that came long after I graduated. That wasn't even built when I went. I graduated from Colonial.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's been around. Yeah. That's like Rome or something.
That is
Yeah.
literally from when the earth cooled.
Okay.
So what did you want to? You want to be pro basketball? Did you try to follow that dream, or after high school, what did you do?
Yeah. So I did. So I was pretty decent, right? As a player, so I played in tournaments and always played, on the different teams. And I thought I was going to go play, college ball, and then maybe get drafted right into the NBA.
This was a real dream.
This was a real dream.
I loved
This
it.
is a real dream.
What did you play? What position?
I
Won't know what you answer, but tell me.
Shooting guard.
Shooting guard. Okay, so you took a lot of shots.
I took a lot of shots. Very good. See, it wasn't. Yeah, you got it.
I'm a brilliant sports person.
Yeah.
So what derailed that?
So I am not built physically to hold up to the wear and tear of continual sports, and so
a lot, man.
It's
Basketball
a lot.
players, there's
Even
no
basketball.
break.
Even basketball.
There's no break.
Right. So ankles, twisted ankles,
yeah.
broken fingers.
Yeah.
Shoulders, different things. So it just wasn't in the cards as much as I thought it would be neat to do.
So when you finally had to
that'd be
give
fun.
that up, what did you want to do?
So after that, I think anybody, I wanted to make $1 million and own my own business.
Yes. So you had an entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what did that go right to real estate, or did you try something in between?
No, it did not. So when I was in high school, I was working in construction field with family members that did that. So hanging drywall, framing houses, doing all this sort of thing. And so after high school, I said, I don't want to do that anymore because it's really, really hard work.
So hard.
And I applaud anyone who does that, by the way.
Amen.
So I wanted to go work in corporate America. So I worked in telecom, which was a big thing in those days.
Telecom. The fact that you call it telecom dates you, right?
It dates you right there, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Right. Nobody says it anymore.
We're going to talk about 8-track tapes next.
Right. So, yeah, so I worked there, and I worked there before the Y2K. Do you remember this?
I remember Y2K.
I'm really dating myself now.
No, 19. They had no idea back in the day. It was a big thing, exposed and promoted by the media, like a lot of things that go on in our world.
Yeah.
So back to 1999.
I can think of one or two right now.
I can think of one right off the top of my head.
Yeah, right now.
So that was a big deal. Y2K, they thought all the computers were going to crash.
Yeah.
So people spent a lot of money, especially big companies spent a lot of money making sure that they were protected.
Yes.
But still, when that sun rose on January 1st, 2000, nobody knew what was going to happen.
No. We didn't know if planes were going to fall out of the sky.
And it was fine, people.
It was fine.
It was totally fine.
We made it.
We made it. But you didn't stay in telecom.
So I didn't stay in telecom. I went and worked as a consultant for a little while. Kind of ran my own show. So back to the entrepreneurial side. And
What'd you consultant in telecom? Or
Telecom.
Okay.
Telecom. Yeah. Can I say companies that I worked with?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So like Sunbelt Rentals and some of the other big banks in the area.
Very cool.
And when they were setting up, T1s, T3s, data relay, yada yada.
So you know all that stuff.
Well, I'm a little out
You're
of
rusty
date.
now?
I'm a little rusty, but at the time I was sharp. Yeah, I knew it. Yeah.
That was T1 was the big deal
It was a
then.
big deal if you had T1.
Yeah, that was big time. That's when you had much faster internet, which nobody would put up with now because
no.
you can't even touch it.
No.
But you obviously wanted to do something different.
Yeah, I did. Well, the company I was working with was purchased, and it was a long story, and so I kind of needed to find another vehicle for survival. So, so that led me into consulting, and then from the consulting, I went and worked with Pitney Bowes, which was a Fortune 500 company, and they were most known for the mail machines.
Yes.
This whole story is making me sound like I'm 100 years
No,
old.
it's all right. We all
right?
remember the mail machines.
Yeah.
It used to be the easiest way. You put your envelope in and it
Yeah.
automatically stamped it. You could feed them you had feeders and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, man. That's
Yeah.
when mailing things was a big deal.
It was a big deal.
The only way to market, really. One of
Yeah.
the only ways to market.
Yeah, and we sold huge machines.
Yeah,
Huge.
big
Just
stuff.
cranked it out. So I didn't really like the mail machines, though. I liked the software side of it. So the software was really cool. So I worked in that. That kind of got me into the IT side of things. And then after that, I decided, I don't know why, I decided to go back out and open a home improvement business. I think because I started talking to a lot of people in real estate.
Like a handyman kind of business or
Kind
a
of like a
construction?
handyman. Kind of like a handyman.
So it's so funny because I did not know any of this about you.
Mm-hmm.
Most people who are in the sales world like we're in, they don't have that side of the brain. Like, I don't
What
know
side
how
is
to.
that?
That's the side that can do things with their hands.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm terrible at that,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of salespeople don't have that ability to do home improvement. I mean, I look for somebody to do it. I don't think I could do it myself. Well,
Yeah.
I know I can't. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So what did you do? Did you go out to builders and?
Worked with a lot of real estate investors, which I'm going to lead you into another segment of,
Here we go.
of where I'm at today. We're getting
There we
there.
go. I like it.
So
Good segue.
Yeah. So we did everything, right? I had a small crew and the trailer, and we'd go around and everything from putting in toilets to cabinets to kitchen sinks to drywall to painting, any of those things. Laminate floors were really popular then. They're just hit the market.
Laminate floors, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I had laminate once.
Yeah, they were. I mean, they were.
Do you
people
still
were
have
lined
this
up.
talent?
I will never tell.
I was gonna say, I would not announce that. You
No.
should probably say the opposite, otherwise your phone's gonna ring.
Right.
I didn't know you did that. Hey,
Yeah.
can you come help me this
Yeah.
Saturday with something? So
No.
the answer is no. You
No.
lost. You lost all
No.
of that talent.
Yes, it went out the window. I forgot how to do everything on that side. And Nat, if you're listening, that's my wife. I do not remember how to do any of that.
Yes.
So we need to
no.
call
No
some
honey-do
contractors.
list for sure.
Um,
So that's how you made the transition to real estate
You got it.
itself.
You got it.
So you started working with all of them, and what
Yeah.
was it about it that was attractive to you? Was it the flexibility, or what was your perception of it at the time that you said, "Hey, I should be doing this"?
Doing real estate.
Yes.
That's what you're saying. Well, I've always liked working with people. I always think that's fun. I
You're
always
great
like
with people.
problem solving. I like creativity. And kind of those three things tie right into real estate.
They do.
And then I also saw opportunity as well.
Right.
And I knew I didn't want to, crawl in a crawl space or in an attic for the rest of my life.
There's
So-
something about that I see the people who do it now, and all I can think about is, oh my God, I would rather do a million other things than that.
It's rough. It's
So
rough.
the home inspectors that come out too, oh
Right?
my God, when they have to go into a crawl space.
Yeah.
But it's easier said than done, I guess. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you make that leap, and then you've got this notion of, okay, I'm going to make $1 million a month,
Mhm.
starting. Everything's glitz and glamour with real estate,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
It's all putting on the Fitz, like this kind of
Yes.
stuff,
Yes.
and it's not. And so
No.
a lot of people jump in thinking that they're going to. It's easy. Oh, I work for myself now. I have no bosses. Well,
No.
no bosses means no check,
Right.
even though you had that before. So
Yeah.
tell them about what your experience was out the gate. What happened?
I was great. So
See, I love that.
yeah, it was great. I got my real estate license, and then the market crashed.
Mm.
Yeah, so it was about I think 2006.
There you go.
Is
There's
where I got my
there's the
license.
sarcasm.
Yeah. I got my license, I think, in 2006 and was making the transition into full-time real estate. And 2008, I said, you know what? I'm not going to hold on anymore trying to walk this fence and juggle. I'm going full into real estate. And then everything.
Then it tanked.
Yeah, then everything tanked.
How did you survive that? There's still survival stories out there we haven't heard, because I think I know everyone was impacted by that crash,
Yeah.
because it
Yeah.
just had this crazy snowball effect, and I don't
Yeah.
care what industry you're in, it
Yeah.
was insane.
Yeah.
Our industries, it was really crazy.
It was crazy.
So how did you survive it?
Are we allowed to curse on your show? Or
Yeah,
is this-
absolutely.
No, I was just kidding. I worked long days.
So you continued in. You didn't jump out of it and got back into it.
I didn't.
That's good. Most people I've talked to who survived it in the real estate world, they just kept plugging along,
Yeah.
doing what they knew they needed to do. They had a mindset as far as the shift. You couldn't just get anybody approved anymore, and you
No.
couldn't just. Nothing was moving, so you had to
Right.
figure out how to make what was moving yours, or do it in a different way.
You had to be creative.
You had to be, and there's the creativity part.
Yeah.
What did you do differently? What do you think?
Open houses, staging.
Open houses.
And when I say open houses, right, that sounds very general, but we would take a different approach. Whatever that was. We'd come up with a theme or some different type of marketing tactic.
I think that's so.
Tactic's not probably a good word.
Marketing tactic. I like that.
Marketing application approach.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think open houses, I remember distinctly that I couldn't find a real estate professional. It was very hard to find one that would do open houses during that time.
Nobody wants to.
And I couldn't figure out why, because to me, you were constantly still being in front of people.
Right.
And it's not like, I know the market tanked, but there were still people who were buying.
Absolutely.
And one way to get them that is not all of that really expensive, which was also the problem, you didn't have sales coming in, so where's the money coming from? And a lot of people didn't plan.
Right.
That was an easy way, an easier way. So that's really smart. I used to ask realtors during the time, let's do an open house. No, that's not going to work for me. I'm like, it could.
Yeah.
Is what you're doing now working? Because I would guess it's not. But I get it. There was a fear. They didn't know what to expect. Everybody was running around like a chicken with their head cut off.
They were. I mean, financing, as you know, financing just was cut off.
It literally went nowhere. It was done.
Yeah, it was rough. But what I would do is I would do 4 or 5 open houses every weekend. So I would do one in the morning, one in the afternoon on Saturday, one in the morning, one in the afternoon on Sunday.
Nice.
And sometimes throw another one in there. And then obviously you have to be smart about it, right? I mean, if you're doing something on 10 acres that takes a mile to drive to it, you're probably not going to get a good
plan
turnout.
a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of design, a little planning.
Right.
So, yeah.
What do you think the most successful thing you did during that time, as far as was it buyers, was it sellers? Where was your main? Because you still had to survive. Remember, you're you're commission only, and so you're depending on it. Did you focus on one or the other? I mean, open houses is obviously sellers, but did you get most of your business on the buyer side or on the seller side?
I mean, if somebody had a pulse, I was focusing on it. Yeah.
That was the problem we had with the loans back in the day, 2008, 2007.
Yeah.
We had too many of those. I think it was just such an interesting time, and I think that's why I feel like when I talk to younger kids, like Darius's age or my son, they saw that stress. Yeah. And that's why I think this age group is resisting a little bit to getting into the housing market. Okay. Even though it's much better. That's what I hear from them. Yeah. All right, so what are you doing now?
Yeah, good question.
I have no idea what he does.
Good question. I don't either. What am I doing here?
What are you doing here?
Where
Good
am
to
I?
see you. When did you get here?
So now I'm wrapping up my master's in architecture, right? 4.5-year journey.
Why did you want to get a master's in that?
I want to be able to stamp things.
I like the real answer. I mean, a master's, though, in architecture. Like,
well, because you have to have that to stamp things.
It's all about the stamp.
It's all about stamping.
You know, there's truth in that.
Yeah.
It's like the judge. Why do you want to be a judge? I like the gavel.
Right, exactly.
I like that gavel. I like control of that room. Yeah. What do you want to do with that?
No, on a serious note, I've always loved, again, creativity and design and real estate and architecture and the experience. Right, the experience. Yeah. That's the emotional side.
So are you going to leave real estate and go be an architect?
No.
But isn't that such a great advantage, I feel like, that you have? It sets you apart from other real estate professionals because you can look at a home and structurally understand it better. You come from a different perspective. Yeah, and we talk about this a lot on the show. That's a way that you can set yourself apart from everyone else in the flock. And I think that's really cool. So you'll be glad when you graduate. When is this?
I will, hopefully this year.
I got my master's once, and I look back, I'm like, why did I get my master's degree? Yeah. Why did I get my bachelor's degree? That's for a whole nother discussion. Yeah. But I think education is important. I think it's just like in any industry you're in, like in our industry, for example, real estate professionals have all of these things that they can have after their names, and all that does is add a little bit of a little bit better level than the person you're comparing to. Yeah, there's credibility and knowledge. Sure. And if you work with clients who are which you pretty much every client should be concerned about the architecture, want to know more about it, you can speak to it. I think that's really cool.
It does help, even with my customers that I work with now, and going in and looking at something and seeing the way it's put together, and a lot of things that may appear to be a $50,000 fix are actually a $5,000 fix, and then other things that may appear to be a $10,000 fix, those are $150,000 fix. So it does help to have a little bit more insight or a little more understanding in how things are put together.
I love that, though. What do you think of the market's like right now? I know the stocks tumbled this morning.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything, but how are you feeling the market overall is doing from your perspective?
Buy real estate. Yeah.
Buy real estate.
Yeah. No, so serious answer, right? I love real estate because there's so many different vehicles, so many different ways you can use it, right? Whether now Airbnb has come on to be a big thing. I think the city of Orlando continues to grow. Not to be political, but we have some people in office that are forward thinking. Let me put it that way.
Very much so.
And you can just tell the difference. I mean, in being here, and seeing the last 10 years, the growth that's taken place, it's amazing.
We are forward thinking.
I think
we have the city especially, but I think Central Florida as a whole, we have to be a little bit forward thinking because we have all of these people that come in from all over the world, and we're such a major hub when it comes to anything, especially tourism, of course. But many of those tourists come back and buy businesses or move or participate in businesses, and they bring in so much income to our beautiful community. But how do you think the interest rates have impacted anything? Because that seems to be a topic I keep getting asked.
Well, I mean,
are you seeing it on your end?
I think interest rates are huge, right? The leverage that allows someone who's interested in looking into real estate to take advantage of is it's huge, and then the fact that you can take and leverage this assets and really have pretty much entire control over it, it's just amazing. It's a great vehicle. So as far as I'm concerned, the market is still on track as far as real estate.
You feel positive about the real estate market?
Positive. I do.
I think I haven't had anybody say they feel negative.
Yeah.
But I think that a lot of consumers pay attention to the media. I'm not bashing my media friends, but there always tends to be a frenzy, and what sells is fear. And so they get thrown a lot of things. Oh my God, this latest virus issue. How's that? I keep seeing these reports. How's that going to impact the market? Are you going to be able to sell your house now? And that kind of stuff is what creates all the fear, which creates the unknown for the consumer that isn't in it. So that's why I like for professionals to give their opinion on what they feel like is going on. And I haven't had a single one say anything negative. So take that to the bank, guys. All right, so we're going to share all of Jonathan's contact information, how you can reach out to him, how you can learn more about him, how you can, I don't know, have something handyman need done at your house.
No,
I'm kidding.
Coffee. We can have coffee or juice.
You can have coffee or juice. He's a great guy, incredibly accessible, and obviously he understands our community and real estate really, really well. And he's a great guy.
Oh, thanks.
So this week, it's funny because of the architecture part, where our focus or our theme is about foundational things that are non-negotiables in your world as far as business or personal relationships. Things that have to be in place in order for you to do business with someone, or to want to do business with someone, or to be in a relationship with someone. Can you give us a couple that are important to you, or the ones?
Wow, I don't know. That just was was a lot to take in.
That's so bad. Wow. I prepped you a little bit. You
did. I was nervous coming on here. I'm like, man,
I don't know why.
It's a big deal. The TED show's a big deal.
I'm very happy you're here, but.
Okay, let me see. So, I think respect, right? Mutual respect is just one of the key factors in any relationship, right? Whether that's a personal or a business or whatever, mutual respect is just, I feel like that is way up there, right? And then we know the others, right? Integrity.
You'd be amazed at how many people don't list that when they talk about it.
Integrity?
Yeah.
Really?
That's why it's fascinating to me, this topic, because people really do have different things that they're non-negotiables. You say mutual respect. That's the first time I've heard that.
Really?
Absolutely.
Well,
first
good.
time
I'm
I've
unique.
heard it.
That's great. I like that.
You're definitely unique.
That.
But isn't it cool that people have different things?
It is.
But it's good to know what they are. And one of the reasons I like to do this exercise this week especially is for people to say it out loud, to get other people to think, what are mine?
Yeah.
What is it that I'm in? What are my foundational things that are non-negotiable? Because I think a lot of people don't come up with that, and then when they get in a relationship, they don't understand why it's failed, either personally or professionally.
Right.
Why? A lot of it has to do with you didn't set the boundaries or the expectations
Yeah.
of what's non-negotiable, mutual respect
Yeah.
for you, integrity. So
Yeah.
I just want to encourage you guys, really think about what your foundation is, what it's built on, and what's important to you, so that when you are talking to people, getting into relationships with them personally and professionally, that you know what you're getting into and you know when to back off. I think a lot of people don't know that. So you're a joy. Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
on the show. See, it was easy, right?
It was easy. We made
It's
it.
easy. We
Is it
did
over? Is this
it's
it?
All, this is the end.
Wow.
So say goodbye to them. We love
Bye.
you guys. We will talk to you soon. Have a great night.